Hi, I'm Wendy, and I'm a CPA. I'm here with Western CPE today in Tucson, Arizona. I've been a CPA for 17 years. I've been coming here with Western CPE for about 12 years. I started off in public accounting just like most everybody did, but I did get out of that after a while, and now I've been in forensic accounting for almost 15 years. It's a different thing to practice in forensic accounting, and one of the things that I've learned doing this for so long is that it's very high conflict. A lot of my clients really just don't know what they are in this for. I work primarily in marriage and family law, and when you get into a situation with clients they want to kill each other across the table, they want to strangle each other, that is not a good situation to be in. And here's a couple of things that I have learned in order to get out of that situation. First of all, most of the clients don't understand what you're doing for them there. They don't understand tax, they don't understand accounting, they don't understand why you're putting together a spreadsheet. You may not do this same type of work, but for me, the most important thing that I found with my clients is to treat them as a person and not talk down to them. They are there because they are very invested in their case, especially marriage and family law. Usually they're getting divorced. If you ask them, what do you want out of this situation? What do you think? That's something that probably their attorney has never bothered to ask them. Or maybe somebody else in the case, no one's ever bothered to ask them. They've just been told, this is what you want, this is what you can get, legally, here's what you can do. If you actually take the time to say, what do you want? What do you need from this situation? What's most important to you? You might be really surprised at what those answers are, because sometimes you never even think about what's the big picture. Here's a great example of how thinking about the bigger picture often really works in a situation. This was a situation where, again, husband and wife fighting over assets in the divorce, amongst other things. And it was a fairly large divorce. I would say at least $1 million was what we were looking at. I am there as the CPA who had done some forensic accounting in the case, tracing assets, doing some other things. And the attorneys were they were very confrontational. The clients were very confrontational. And I've got my values and I've got my spreadsheet. And there's another CPA across the table. He's got his values. He's got his spreadsheet. The attorneys are going after each other. Everybody, it's just a very, very bad situation. And the problem was that these people, I really thought that they wanted to be done with this. I really felt that these people wanted to just get through the situation and move on with their lives. And at one point I said, you know what, just give me a second here and let me try something. And I convinced the attorneys to say, okay, put the spreadsheets away. Even though I know I love my values that I came up with and I'm very invested in this and I want to fight for my client on this, I said, you know what, put that spreadsheet down, put it away, put it under the table, don't look at it. Same to the other attorney, put it away. I said, what do you really want? I said, write it on a piece of paper, whether it's a number, whether it's I want the house, whether it's I want this part of the business, put it on a piece of paper, fold it up and give it to me. Other side, you do the same thing. Fold it up and give it to me. Now, remember, this is about $1 million case. These people wanted the same thing. They were about $10,000 apart on $1 million case. And I said, do you know how close you are? You can pay that guy $5,000, you can pay that guy $5,000 more. You're still not going to be done. You got to go to court and fight it out. And instead, we settled the case right there in about 20 minutes, hashed the whole thing out, because we forgot about the big picture. Everybody just finally came together and got the whole case settled rather than fighting over A, B, C, D through Z. And it was great. And you know what the funny thing was? The lawyers afterwards in this situation, I think one of them was a little taken aback at how easy it was to actually bring this to a conclusion. The attorney that I was working with was extremely pleased with the resolution of the matter. And I'm pretty sure the clients were too, because whenever you can resolve a matter by compromise, it's always better than going to court and having the judge force it down people's throats. I'm hoping the attorneys took away a little lesson from that sometimes you gotta get off of all your little facts and figures and look at the big picture. What is important to these clients? And maybe it's simple. Maybe it really is simple. Ask the right questions and you might be surprised at the answers. Well, we're both CPAs, and yeah, that's a golf cart in the background, because it is here in Tucson and it's great, and I'm probably going to go hit some golf balls in a second. But we're both CPAs, and whether you're in public or whether you're in industry, I think the most important thing to think about here is that big picture. Most people lose sight of it. You get we as CPAs get bogged down in those little facts and figures. So whether you're working on a client's tax return or whether you're trying to do an audit or whatever it is, you got to ask the right questions of the right people. Always remember that the person that you're talking to, don't tell them what to do. Maybe ask their opinion. Really have them become invested in what it is that you're doing and what it is that they're also helping you do to complete whatever the project is. And that's really important. And as a CPA, yes, we are the ones who are looked up to, but oftentimes I think that we have that that chance to really help the other people and work with them to make them feel like they are part of the grand picture, and get from them their information and their take on the situation, which is ultimately going to help everything become resolved.